One morning, a young scientist enters a forest carrying nothing more than a notebook, a camera, and endless curiosity. She is not searching for gold, she is not looking for diamonds. She is searching for something far more valuable, something no human has ever officially recorded before. Hours pass. She crosses streams, climbs slippery rocks, and pushes through thick green forests. Suddenly, she notices a tiny frog sitting on a wet leaf. It looks different. Its color is unusual. Its call is unfamiliar. Its DNA will later reveal an astonishing truth. This frog has never been identified by science. For the first time in human history, the world meets a completely new species. Now, here is the surprising question. How is it possible that in the 21st century, when satellites can photograph Earth from space, we are still discovering new animals and plants? The answer lies in two extraordinary places in India, the Western Ghats and the Eastern Himalayas. These are not just mountain ranges, they are nature's secret treasure vaults. Let's understand why. Imagine entering a library with millions of books. Some books exist nowhere else on earth. If that library burns down, those stories disappear forever. A biodiversity hotspot is exactly like that library. It is a region with an incredible variety of plants and animals, especially species found nowhere else on the planet. Scientists call such unique species endemic species. If they disappear from that one place, they disappear forever. But becoming a biodiversity hotspot is not easy. Nature sets two strict conditions. First, the region must contain an exceptionally high number of endemic plant species. Second, it must have already lost a large part of its original natural habitat. Think about that. A hotspot is not just biologically rich, it is biologically rich and under threat. That is why conservation efforts focus so heavily on these regions. Now let's travel to the Western Ghats. Stretching parallel to India's western coast, these ancient mountains are older than the Himalayas themselves. For millions of years, heavy rainfall, dense evergreen forests, waterfalls, rivers, and isolated valleys created perfect conditions for evolution. Imagine thousands of small natural laboratories operating for millions of years. Animals living in one valley rarely met animals in another. Over countless generations, they evolved into completely different species. That is why scientists continue discovering new frogs, new snakes, new insects, new flowering plants, and even new fish. Every expedition into these forests holds the possibility of rewriting biology textbooks. Now fly thousands of kilometers northeast. Welcome to the eastern Himalayas. This region looks completely different. Towering snow covered peaks, deep river valleys, cloud forests, bamboo forests, fast flowing rivers. Within just a few kilometers, the climate changes dramatically. Tropical forests become temperate forests. Temperate forests becomes alpine meadows. Each change in altitude creates a new home for different forms of life. Nature has built thousands of tiny neighborhoods. Each one supports unique species. That is why the eastern Himalayas are among the world's richest biodiversity hotspots. Now, here is something fascinating. Scientists often say the more we explore these regions, the more we realize how little we actually know. Think about that. We have mapped the moon, sent spacecraft beyond our solar system. Yet some corners of our own forest still hide species unknown to science. Every new discovery raises new questions. How does this species survive? Can it help medicine? Can it improve agriculture? Does it play an important role in the ecosystem? Sometimes the smallest insect performs the biggest job. A tiny pollinator helps forests regenerate. A rare frog controls insect populations. A small plant may contain chemicals capable of becoming tomorrow's life saving medicine. Lose one species, and the entire ecological puzzle begins to change. But these hotspots face enormous challenges: deforestation, road construction, mining, climate change, hydroelectric projects, human settlements, habitat fragmentation. Every year, forests become smaller, animals lose their homes. Species that took millions of years to evolve can disappear within decades. Here is the tragedy. Sometimes a species becomes extinct before scientists even discover it. Imagine an author writing a masterpiece, but the manuscript burns before anyone reads it. That is exactly what extinction without discovery means. That is why conservation is not only about protecting tigers or elephants, it is also about protecting thousands of unknown organisms, quietly keeping ecosystems alive. India is one of the world's 17 mega diverse countries. This is not just a matter of national pride, it is a global responsibility. Because protecting the Western Ghats and Eastern Himalayas doesn't only protect India's biodiversity, it protects the world's biological heritage. So, the next time you hear that scientists have discovered a new frog, a new orchid, or new butterfly, don't think of it as just another news headline. Think of it as nature whispering, I still have secrets left. And perhaps the greatest lesson these forests teach us is this: the greatest treasures on earth are not always buried underground. Sometimes they are quietly waiting on a leaf in a rainforest for someone curious enough to notice them.